Hey everybody, thanks for checking us out today at Petersen's Bowhunting. You know, and it's an exciting day. Mathews has just launched its 2021 flagship bow, the V3. And if you've come looking for information about it, you've come to the right place. Over the next several minutes, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this new bow. I'm going to go over the features, the specs. Then I'm going to shoot these bows for the very first time, talk to you about the draw cycle, the back wall, the release, the whole 9 yards. So sit back and relax, get comfortable, and learn about the brand new Mathews V3, available in 2 versions, the 27 that I'm holding right here, and then we've got the 31, 27 and 31 inch axle to axle. Let's dive in and get started. So first, let me go over the specs on these 2 bows. All right, first you've got the V3 27, and as you'd imagine, you've got the 27 inch axle to axle length on that bow. It's got a 6-inch brace height. The IBO speed rating on this bow is 336 feet per second. That's at 29.5 inches. Your draw length range on the V3 27 is 25 to 29.5 inches. You've got your choice of 80 or 85% let off, depending on the mods that you choose. The mass weight of this bow is 4.29 pounds, and it's available in peak draw weights of 60, 65, 70, or 75 pounds. And your MSRP on this bow is $11.99. Now on the V331, again, as you'd expect due to the name, you've got a 31-inch axle to axle length on that model. You've also got a 6-inch brace height, an IBO speed rating of 342 feet per second. You've got draw length range of 26 to 30.5 inches, 80 or 85% let off, a mass weight of 4.5 pounds, and it's available again in peak draw weights of 60, 65, 70, or 75 pounds. And your price is the same, $11.99 on the V331. Next, let's take a look at some of the key features built into these V3 bows for 2021. All right, here I've got the V327 in the vise. First thing I want to talk to you guys about is this new extended bridge riser. What Mathews has done with this riser design is they've actually made the riser almost as long as the axle to axle length of the bow. You can see that the top of the riser comes almost as high as the axle on the limbs does. And what they've done is they've said this actually has the longest riser to axle length ratio of any bow they've ever built. And by going to that type of a design, they're increasing the stability. So even though they've built a bow here that's only 27 inches axle to axle, which is really on the short end of things, even for a hunting bow, they're saying that it provides the stability and feel of a longer bow. And so I'm curious as I shoot this in a few minutes to see if that's the case. Other things about this riser, okay, they've got bridges in here, both top and bottom, and this bridging helps to increase the rigidity of the riser. Obviously, the more stiff a riser is, the less flex you're going to have during the shot, the more consistent it's going to shoot. It also helps them to keep overall weight down. The cam system on the V3 is the cross-centric cam, which has the yoked top and bottoms to split your load from your draw force on the left and right sides of the cam to reduce cam lean. And the cross-centric system also features switch weight technology where you can adjust the peak draw weight of your bow in 5-pound increments just by adjusting the cam modules rather than having to adjust your limb bolts. Another new thing that Mathews has on this bow is a new limb cup design that they said they've actually improved performance and efficiency while cutting weight. And another thing you'll notice about the limbs on the V3 is how much preload is built into these. These limbs are essentially past parallel at rest. And when I draw the bow later, you'll see just how much curl and flex these limbs get as they load up all that energy. Some other things here, you'll notice this cable containment system on the new bow. Mathews is calling this the center guard cable containment system. And you see that it angles down out of the riser and meets the cables at a point that is exactly in the center of the bow. And what Mathews says that they found with this new design is it's not only providing additional vein clearance for your arrow, but it's increasing the efficiency and the tunability of the cam system. So you've got that. Again, you've got carried over the dovetail mount for your arrow rest. So if you want to take advantage of the QAD Ultra Rest Integrate, you can do that. You can also use standard arrow rests. Mathews continues with the Engage grip here on the V3. It's a narrow grip. It's designed for comfort and for reduced torque, again, for more consistent shooting. And they've got a new Nano 740 harmonic stabilizer down here. And this is a new design that they created specifically to match the harmonics of this bow to provide the best 3D damping for reduced noise and vibration. Finally, you've got the SCS system on here. This is an option that they introduced last year. It's the Silent Connect system. And Mathews offers some pull ropes and some bow slings that you can, while you're hunting, go ahead and hook up just like that and pull your bow up and down. And it's designed to just be a really slick and easy system to get on and off. And you can get these from your local Mathews dealer. So let's now move to shooting the bows. I'll shoot the V327, the V331, tell you guys what I think. All right, so I'm gonna shoot these bows and I am excited because I literally have not shot these bows. I've had these for a few days. I've been waiting to record this video and I really wanted to give you all my very first impressions of these bows. Now, I'm gonna start out with the V327. One thing I can tell you, even before I draw this bow, as I hold this bow in my hand, Mathews says that this bow essentially weighs 4.3 pounds. And it just feels honestly lighter than that to me. I feel this bow and it feels really, really light. And I realize I don't have a stabilizer on here. I don't have a sight, but it just feels light. And that's not a bad thing if you're talking about a hunting bow. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna draw this for the very first time and I'm gonna shoot it and tell you what I think. That's pretty stiff draw cycle right to peak and then smooth through the back. The back wall is really solid. I'm relaxing and it's not going anywhere. And I'll tell you what, the bow is pushing into my hand and feels really solid. I'm going to take an aim. I'm going to pull through this shot. I'll tell you what, for a bow that's 27 inches between the axle, that was pretty quiet. That arrow thudded into the target. I didn't hear a whole lot out of the bow. I did feel like the bow tilted a little bit to the left as the arrow went on its way. But let me take one more shot here with this bow, and then we'll switch over to the 31. All right, so I'm going to shoot this V327 again. You see I'm smiling. My cameraman was literally just saying, he said, that was really quiet. He did not expect that. So let's do this one more time. Let me draw this and tell you what I think. All right, gonna get hooked up here. Again, I noticed the first time I drew this, as soon as you draw this bow, man, it's right to peak. And it feels like it's pretty well right there for a lot of the draw cycle once it breaks over. I like the solid back wall. It's got a tiny bit of give, but not very much. And I like a pretty solid back wall. The grip is very comfortable. similar to what I've had on the Mathews the last couple of years. I've liked those. And man, just a little click as I let go, and that arrow's in the target, and man, there's not a whole lot going on. And again, no stabilizer, no sight on here. I got to be honest with you, I was skeptical. 27 inches is getting on the short side, but I do like that. Now, that said, let's pick up the V331 and see if we can really see a big difference, and then I'll let you know. All right, so now I've got the V331. As you can see, 31 inches is not a particularly long bow, even for a hunting rig, but it's funny, when you've just had the 27 in your hands, you definitely notice the extra length, but still now, this bow doesn't feel overly heavy by any means, and I realize I have no accessories on it. Now, I'm going to expect, that this bow is going to feel a little different, but let's go ahead and draw it and see if I have any real noticeable differences between this and the 27. Okay, draw cycle is similar. It gets to peak really quickly. Back wall, again, good solid back wall. Feels very stable at full draw. I can't tell you that I notice a huge difference, although I'm aiming at a target that's 2 feet away. So not that I notice a lot of movement. And again, on the shot, is it quieter? I don't know. My ears are not a scientific instrument. It didn't sound a whole lot different to me. Maybe just a skosh, but let's shoot this one more time and see what we think. Now I'm going to shoot this V331 for a second time for you. One thing that you'll definitely notice is the string angle on this bow is not as severe. So, that oftentimes people will feel makes a difference for them in terms of stability. But again, as far as just what I'm feeling and sensing as I'm looking through the peep sight at the target, I'm just not sure that for the maneuverability that you get with that 27, that I wouldn't, maybe gravitate that way. Again, I'd have to ultimately get out there and shoot at hunting ranges more than a couple of feet. Let's shoot this and I'll be quiet so you can hear the shot. Again, both very nice, both surprisingly quiet. I don't know what else to tell you guys, right? Pretty quick to peak, smooth to the valley, good solid back wall, very steady on target. Not much to report on the shot, either in what I'm hearing or what I'm feeling in my hand. And again, these are bare bows. So that's my first impression of the new Mathews V3. If you want to get your hands on one of these bows, you know what to do. Visit your local Mathews dealer or visit the Mathews website for more information and to find a dealer near you. Thanks for checking us out at Petersen's Bowhunting, and I wish you all the very best of success in the field. Take care.